Dakota Ernest.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have the opportunity to ask your first question today. I see your platform is sports, not just a game, it's a lifestyle. What is your plan for getting youth to be more active and to get back into sports?
Well, I'm very interactive with children because my mom owns a gymnastics gym. And so I see children every day, and as sports are kind of fading out of our culture, we need to bring them back. And I think by just getting kids interested and just start to introduce different sports and just find a passion for sports, it would be really good to draw them into the sports world.
So why do you think sports are not as prominent with children today?
I think just with video games, I mean, I know it sounds cliche, but all the new technology, it's a lot funner to watch TV than go work out or do something that requires you to sweat, and it really is funner to do like activities that don't cause physical pain, I guess, but it really benefits if you do like a sport or something.
Tell us about your first name, Dakota. How did you come by that?
Well, my mom always tells me, she's like, well, I wanted a girly girl, but I wanted to like name you an athletic name. So my name's Dakota Madison, and she said Madison would be like the girly girl in me, and Dakota would be the athletic, like I'm not scared to get dirty or get a scratch or anything. So I guess that's how I got my name.
Now, I believe you're the one that told me you were a big fan of sports,
Yes.
right?
JJ Reddick.
But anyway, no, but seriously, how can we bring more attention to women's sports? It seems that men's sports get all the big scholarships and TV deals. How do we bring more attention to women's sports?
Well, I think that starts with the women first, because I think the men are like, yeah, we're so awesome, and I think they're cocky, so they make themselves look better. But the women kind of tend to play down themselves. They're like, oh, we're just like women's sports. But I think if women started to get a little more cocky, I think, and not like a big head, but like, I think that it would be better. Just get more confidence.
Tell us about the trampoline athlete representative for Texas. What is that? Explain it to us.
Well, we have our state meet, and everyone gets together and you vote. Coaches vote, judges vote, athletes vote, everyone votes, and they have a few nominees. I think it's like 10 nominees, and I guess I just got it. So I'm thankful for that.
And I'm guessing you couldn't quite work that into a talent presentation for stage? Is it just like too much apparatus? Or?
Well, I love singing more. I like performing. Gymnastics is what I do on the gymnastics floor. I don't know. I just feel weird doing it at a pageant, I guess. I don't know.
What's your favorite gymnastic move, I guess?
Well, I learned a Miller, and it's really not common to see a woman do a Miller. I kind of feel manly. No, I'm just kidding. But it's 2 flips in the air on the trampoline, and the first flip has a full turn in it, and then the second flip has 2 full turns in it. So it's a lot of twisting, and it makes you dizzy, but it's like being on a roller coaster. It's very thrilling.
Dakota, in school, there are people that are athletes, real sports oriented, and the others are like what they call nerds, and they say that you should be nice to the nerds because you'll probably be working for them one of these days.
That's true.
What do you say to the people that may be not so sports oriented, and don't feel like that's their gift? How do you address them in any certain way, or anything?
Well,
lean them in that direction, maybe, or what do you think?
I don't think anyone's incapable of not being active. I mean, you can buy a dog and you can say, I'm going to go exercise and walk my dog, even if it's like a poodle or something. But the so-called nerds in school, I mean, they do stuff. As long as you walk and you're physically active, I think that's a healthy lifestyle. But, and like, I know everyone has the whole band nerd thing, but band is a sport. I mean, I used to, well, not a sport, but it's an activity. And I used to play the flute, and I mean, your shoulder, like, it gets sore. It takes some muscle. And marching band, I mean, there's something for everyone. That's why I like this topic. It's just very broad.
So how has your participation in sports benefited you?
My favorite benefit that I get from my sport is I get to travel and see the world. It's my favorite thing to do. Like, a lot of people complain about going to security, and I love the feeling of going through security. I know it's gross with all the feet, but I love being in airports, and I love traveling and seeing different cultures around the world.
What's your favorite countries that you've been to?
I loved Germany just because I got a German waffle, and it was so yum. I was about to say good and then yum. And then I love Holland. The fresh tulips were like the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
So tell us about your phobia paper. When did you realize this?
I don't know when I realized it, but I just, after I wash my hands especially, like, it gives me the chill bumps, and I'm like, bah. Like, it just grosses me out.
Feels?
Yeah, the texture, I guess.
What is the variety pack?
Oh, it's on KPHS 90.3, the best in the West. That's what it is. But it's my radio show for school, and it's just such an honor to get to have a radio show in our school. It's such a privilege. But we play music that's been requested, music that we want to hear, music that people pass in the hallway and like put a sign up by the window and be like, play this. So we just cater to everyone.
So what's your favorite kind of music?
That's hard. I love singing country, like new Carrie Underwood songs. But I love rap. I love blues. My dad is a huge Stevie Ray Vaughan fan. So, I mean, I like everything, basically, except for, like, bluegrass. I don't really like that.
Dakota, how old are you?
I'm 16.
16. You've accomplished a lot in your life already, and I certainly mean that as a compliment. How would you say you are a typical teenager, though?
Oh, I'm typical. I go to school. I'm just a normal person. I try to do as much as I can, which is tiring sometimes, but I love being busy. And I'm very typical. I mean, I love eating. I love doing teenage things. I love hanging out at the square and just talking, and we play football sometimes. I just love doing everyday activities that teenagers do.
No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, living in Tokyo, Texas?
Yes.
Probably not many kids your age have traveled. How do you keep them from being jealous of all the things that you've accomplished?
Well, one of my flaws is I'm not as confident as I should be, but I like that about me because I don't try to make people feel bad about not being as travel like around the world. I never tell people that I'm like going to Sweden. I'm like, oh, I was just gone. But a lot of people haven't traveled, but I mean some have. It just depends. I don't like rub it in their face or anything at all. I feel so bad.
You seem to have a very busy extracurricular activities in your life. If you were chosen Miss Teen Texas, how would you balance being Miss Teen Texas with everything else that you're doing?
Well, I've learned with everything I do that life is a balancing act, and it truly is something that's really hard to do. You're like, oh, I can't do that weekend. But if you push yourself hard enough and stay busy enough, it keeps me sane, really, is what I'm trying to say. It makes me accomplish things better because I'm trying so hard.
Well, Dakota, you're not so bad for a Duke fan. Thank you very much. We enjoyed talking
Thank
to you.
you.